Welcome to Jan's Views, a place where I share my views and listen to yours. Whether you are here for my artwork, live streams, shorts, or just for the giggles, please be assured I appreciate each and every one of you. I hope that you will enjoy your time here on my channel. I would be eternally grateful if you would give a like to the video, consider subscribing and, dare I ask, even become a member. So without further ado, let's do this.
And a very good evening to you all, and welcome to Drama Friday. Oh my God, have we got some drama for you? We've got loads of it. So, difficult to know where to start, but we will start somewhere, I can assure you. So, first I have to get my panelist up here. I've got one panelist is on the road. There she is. Drive safely, sweetie, wherever you're going. And the other panelist is here. So I'm going to put up the link for you to come up, and we can get stuck into it. Honestly, there's so much going on. I think you all know what we're going to be talking about. Yeah. I'll be honest with you, we did have a discussion, and because it's so emotive, I was like, do you know what? I don't even want to talk about it on Drama Friday because it is just so emotive, and I don't want to be getting on here and like yelling at somebody else on the internet who happens to be racist. So I thought maybe we'll do it. Maybe we'll do it another day. And then I thought, I don't know, maybe, yeah, it is drama, isn't it? It really is drama when you've got somebody in 2024 who is openly, um, openly channeling, that's not the word I'm looking for, openly perpetuating racial stereotypes. Yeah, that's what we should, yeah. So, yeah, I'm kind of thinking along the same lines as Bridge. Bridge always says it much better than I do. So, to start with, hey, King Lo, I hope you're well. I did hear what was said to you. Absolutely disgusting. absolutely disgusting. So we'll talk even more, and I hope that, you know, do you know the thing is, we get offended so often, don't we? Let's be honest, we get offended so often. Hey Edna, how are you, darling? That, you know, I'd like to say it's water
I'm
of the
doing
ducks,
well. How are you?
but it isn't. Sorry, Edna. How are you, darling? You okay? Come through,
Yeah, I'm
Edna.
doing well. It's been quite a week just in my personal life. Yeah. So, it was kind of like I had a bunch of doctor's appointments and I have a lot of like medical anxiety. And so I wanted to treat
Yeah.
myself with like not having to cook today. And they messed up my order.
Oh
So, and it was
no.
so funny because it was off by one letter. And then, so the first name was basically the same, but it was spelled a little differently. And then the last name, the initials rhyme. So, so luckily it was something that I enjoyed, but that was kind of a funny mix up.
Yeah. Huh, how annoying. Yes,
Yeah,
I
well,
agree,
it was.
Carlo.
Yeah.
Listen, we don't always have to agree, and a lot of people don't agree with me. That's perfectly fine. I don't take offense to it, and I appreciate you coming along and hearing what I've got to say about it as well, because I did say something in her chat, which we will go over, and the response
Mhm.
that I received, Edna, has basically just proved to me, um,
She told
just
you where
proved
the
to me who she is.
basically, you can kiss where the sun doesn't shine.
Yeah, exactly. There's so many different ways. And I think, I don't know whether it's just because, we've got a black skin, whether we're hypersensitive to picking up when somebody's being disingenuous, especially when it comes to genuine. But I felt that my statement to her was not sort of attacking her. I was just trying to give out a little bit of advice, i.e., if you're going to platform a racist, maybe don't condone what he's doing,
I
because
am so
people
sick of
will call you
people
a
being
racist.
mad at black women for dealing with racism and sexism.
Mhm.
Like, I'm gonna apologize for saying something about it. It's bullshit. And we deal with it across the board. There was just a beauty influencer who posted saying that, she's done with the internet for the time being because of all the hate that she received as a dark skinned woman. Just trying to
Really?
have makeup that works for her. Just so you know what I mean? Like it's not even just girl world. So when and I use girl world as my, just like BS time, it's like I turn my brain off and we're just giggling and having fun. I don't
That's
want to have to deal with that nonsense in this space as well. And for Bally to be like, oh, this is a fun hangout, everybody's welcome. And then we're coming to hang out and it's inward this, inward that all over the place. Get out of
Mhm,
here.
mhm. Exactly. I mean, I've heard it so many times, that, that actual video, and I'm still just as aggravated. I think even if I watched it 20 times, I would still be aggravated. And I do wonder whether he would say that to a black person face to face and come out alive. Because
I
if
think
he
he
did it
would.
to my face, he wouldn't come out
Bec-
alive.
But honestly, Jan, I mean, in real life, we wouldn't be violent. We're not those kind of people, you
No.
know. So so yeah, he probably would say it, and what are you gonna do? Just walk away because it's like you can't fight that kind of ignorance. He
Mm,
doesn't care. He has no
mm.
respect for us as human beings.
Yeah, absolutely none. I think he sees us as lesser than, even lesser than human beings. And it's just insane to me. And then he had the audacity to keep saying, oh, I see everybody the same. I don't see color. I see everybody the same. And yet he was
And
talking. King Low like they were a dog. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
what? Get out of here, man. I just want
And
to
we're
say
not
hi,
all the
Squish
same.
Squish, and Pew
Yeah.
Pew. Hi, darling. And also I saw another name, Boobies. Boobies, who I did speak to actually on there over there once, didn't I? Have you come in peace, or are you going to be an arsehole? I'm just going to ask you because I'm like, this is an arsehole free
Jan,
zone
Jan,
today.
Boobies seems to be pretty cool. I don't think you have to worry about. He's actually a
Okay.
cool dude. Okay.
I try, King
Anybody
Low.
can get
I do try, darling. Um, as I said a little while ago, my son's girlfriend's best friend is non-binary. So they're always talking about them as a them. And I slip up sometimes because I've met the person. I slip up, but I would never do it intentionally. And I always apologize profusely afterwards because, yeah, it's just the right thing to do. So I think what we're going to do is, hey, Groceries, how are you, darling? I hope you're well. What we're going to do, someone says it better uh, than I do, and that's our girl. That's our girl, Bridge. She's not able to join us tonight. So, but she's here on the road listening. So I didn't want to play. Do you know, I can't listen to that man's voice anymore. It just,
Mhm.
yeah, I just want to throw the phone out the window or the computer out the window. So let's listen. I'm not playing all of it, but what I want you to do, guys, is pop over and watch the whole of this video. Um, and I think the more people that speak out on this, hopefully, the sooner she'll realize that you can't be like this. But I've got a horrible feeling, Edna, she doesn't even realize it. How can she be
No,
that
she
dumb?
realizes, but she knows she doesn't care. This Bally does not give two F's about this. She is 1 foot back in Europe in some club sniffing coke right now. She don't care about Steve, Santa, us. Like
Yeah, that's true.
it's not a concern. Yeah.
Oh, thanks for the warning there, Bridge. Hang on, where is it? Let's find my comments. Don't worry, I don't get that many views on these, so I'm not worried. I know you're always cussing, but listen, I spoke to Edna the other day. I was cussing like a sailor. I was, Edna was like, "Oh," I was so angry. But I'm glad we had that. It sort of, you know, we've had the first discussion about shock, really. I was actually shocked by it. How did you feel? I know you went things which I
Oh,
applaud you for. Well done, girlie. But how did you
I'm
feel
sorry, Jen. You're
afterwards? Did
breaking
it
up,
really
or
shake
I'm
you?
breaking up. I gotta
Okay.
change my
Did
headset
it?
out.
All right. So while Edna sorts out her audio, are you done, darling, or shall I play the video?
Yes. Oh no, I'm ready now. Can you say that again, please? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was going to say. I mean, we could all hear how how angry and flabbergasted, really, I think is a good word to use, with how blatantly racist he was. And as if that wasn't bad enough, the host was condoning it because all she had to do was kick him off. Quite literally,
That was the
just,
gaslighting. It
yeah.
was 'cause
What?
he not only was he sitting up there being racist, but he was telling us he wasn't racist as he was being racist.
Hmm. I know.
And oh
Absolutely.
yeah, 100% Belly. All Belly has to do is mute, right? That she didn't even
Yeah.
have to kick him off. She's done it
Yeah.
before. And for her to
Yeah.
be like, everybody's welcome, these are my friends. That's how you treat a friend. Okay.
Yeah. Hey, are you still around? How you doing, man? How you doing? I don't know if those of you know Rich Lux. I used to be in the beauty community, as was he, and every so often he'd pop up on in my live stream. I hope you're well. I hope you're well, Rich, and taking care of yourself. Nice
Welcome.
to see you. Nice to see you. Yeah, it's some drama. Yeah, it definitely is. Let me look at what the other chat has been saying, because I don't want to miss what you're saying as well. Right. Yes, Bridget put up a video. Make sure you watch it. Barley said several racial things herself. Yes. Now, I don't know if I picked up on that, and I don't know whether Bridget picked up on it, but she's said some really quite sort of racially insensitive things when she's been on my panel. And there was a time she said something, and that Bridget and I talked about it afterwards, and I was like, Bridge, did you hear what she said? Can you remember that, Bridge? It was like, hang on a minute, you sort of give somebody a double look. Did she say that? And it's like, oh, well, I don't want to talk about. I think she said something like, I don't want to talk about racism because you lot always talk about racism. And I'm like, what? What?
It's real easy not to talk about racism when you're a white lady. You don't have to deal with racism. It's like
Exactly.
I'm not even a dark skin. Like I'm dark, but I'm not even like half as dark as some of our darker sisters, and I can't find makeup.
Oh, can't you?
No, it's like it's a struggle for me to find a shade match half the time. It's because what they do is they have one that's like black, and then they have like the dark, like the spicy white, and then you have to mix or something. You know what I mean to get your shade in the middle.
Hmm. I mean, where are you living, darling? I mean,
It
what about?
Go
Oh
ahead,
no, you
sorry.
can't really do it online, can you? You need to see it. Do you not have like
Right.
a fairly big makeup store? I mean, they
Yeah,
they cater for
Jan, it's
all.
Walmart. I'm telling you, a lot of places they don't have the variety that you would expect them to have for everybody.
All right. Well, could you mix too? I mean,
Oh,
I'm
yeah, but that's
I'm
what I'm saying. We have to go an extra step just to
yeah.
get, just to have the same thing that somebody else could just go and pick up. When they have the white range, it's like 10 shades. And you look at the black range, it's maybe
Yeah.
3 or 4.
Yeah, you're right. I know it's difficult. And for years I couldn't wear foundation for that reason. And I'm not that dark, but
Right?
I couldn't get that I'd end up looking like 2 shades lighter than I was. And I don't want to
Mhm.
walk around like with a white face. Do you know what I mean? And it
Yeah,
was
so we're
like
sitting up here
really
trying to get ready for the club. We can't even get our makeup together.
I know. Anyway, so Grocery says, so I have accepted the fact that Barley will never change, and it's sad this happened. I pleaded with her to apologize to everyone, but she only was interested in Edna. It's sad. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I'm
have
not
seen
interested
that,
in an apology
Groceries.
like that. Sorry.
That, that's like what do you call it? Like a second insult, if you like, because it's like, no, I'll apologize to Edna because I think Edna's sweet, but I'm not going to apologize to that other person who came up because I didn't even invite them up here. And even though my guest was blatantly racist towards them, I'm still not going to apologize. What the hell? What the
Yeah.
hell? So let's play some of this, otherwise we'll be talking forever without actually playing it. So I'm going to stop every so often.
A person, a friend of mine in the community, and I will say directly out here from the very beginning to get it out of the way. Jan, you're making comments on my page about
If
Okay,
you don't
you
want
paused
comments on
it.
your page from Jan, then
Oh,
block
she
her.
can't even get started
Block
yet.
her.
I'm not sure about Bridge. She's always telling people to block me, and she, just block her. You don't want to speak to Jan, just block her.
I want to be clear that Bally has made no attempt to at an apology. Okay, go
No,
ahead.
none
Yeah. So while she's
whatsoever.
talking about she would apologize to me, she has made no. When she unmodded me, she asked Bridge to relay the message, right? Like she emailed everybody, and she's so hurt she can't sleep, and she didn't make any attempt to contact me.
I know, it's ridiculous. And I have to say, I must be the only person that she hasn't emailed, and I'm so grateful for it. Thank God. I don't want any of your emails. You know, she's known for emailing everybody. She's never emailed me, and I'm like, yay! I'll put her on the block list. So we've got somebody in from the true crime community. Hi Nick, how you doing? You love my intro theme song. Do you know what? I get so many people. Well, I've had a few people that have said, "Oh, lose the song. It goes on for too long." I'm like, no,
No, it's
and it
wonderful. It gives us time to
yeah,
get in and get settled.
yeah. And also, if you're going to say that, you know, if you keep saying it, I'll just play it twice just to annoy you even more. So Groceries says, I'm white and I want to talk about it. Well, listen and learn. I don't have much to contribute considering, but dialogue is important in my opinion. It is Groceries. And I think,
Mhm.
you know, that's all we want. You know, for so many years, our voices, especially as Black women, have been unheard. You know, we're told to shut
Mhm.
up, or even within families, you know,
Yeah.
and yeah. Anyway, Edna, don't let me just talk the whole time.
No,
Happy
I said enough.
Saturday.
Go ahead.
No, go on. I was just saying hi to Nick.
Yeah. Well, that's all I had to say. We're ready to watch the video.
Okay, let's do that. I do as I'm told, you know, guys. I do.
Topics regards Steve. And I'm telling you something. When I defended you, when people were going at you for
don't nobody give a fuck about you defending nobody.
Thank you.
That is not the topic of conversation today.
Mm-hmm.
You and Steve are the topic of conversation, and what you displayed on your fucking panel and what you allowed on your panel. That is the
Hello.
topic of discussion.
Exactly. Exactly that. And when she came from that angle, I thought, are you serious? You're going to use that like as a combatant towards me? I mean, maybe I should have read what I said earlier on, but we'll get to that. We'll just listen to Bridge for a bit. She says it all.
something that you said. Now, I don't understand why you're coming on my channel or on my page to comment about this.
Because, bitch, you put it the fuck out there. You put it out there. It's still out there. It's still on your page. This disrespectful piece of fucking shit, Steve won, or whoever the fuck cares. It's on your page.
Why
I've got to
hasn't she
jump in
practiced?
here. King Low,
Yeah.
I've got a rogue night bot. I'm sorry.
Oh.
I always keep forgetting to sort it out. It's if you put too many emotions or something, it sort of makes you it makes you you know, disappear. But we can still see you. I'm gonna go and bash up the Nightbot after this. I am sorry.
You're letting people comment. And
Yeah.
now you're mad because people are commenting on the shit that you put out?
Mhm.
When it's Steve, when I defended you. If you are just trying to look, Jan, for something to put on your drama.
No, bitch. She's going to go on and say that Jan is just looking for content. No, bitch. You don't understand the severity of this situation.
Mhm.
You got this suspected white supremacist on your channel, and you're letting him spew all this hateful, disrespectful, stereotypical ass shit. He just told Lo to go fucking pick some cotton, and he knows the history of America, so he knows what the fuck that means.
I mean, it's just insane. It's just
Mhm.
insane. Not
I couldn't believe
only
my ears.
I know. Not only that he feels that he he has the right to address anybody in that manner. Forget
Yeah.
forget the racial side to it. Okay, what does he say to women then? How does he speak
They
to
have no
women
respect for
that he
women.
doesn't like?
Yeah.
It's
It's
terrible. I'm gonna have to sort out my. Sorry, guys. I'm gonna have to sort out the Nightbot. Yeah, you keep waving. Just don't do it too often because they'll kick you out. It's insane.
Maybe you don't. Maybe you're ignorant in that way. Look, let me just say, I saw Jan's tweet today of what she had said to Bally. And I was just like, oh, well, Bally, people have been calling Bally racist for over a year now. Whatever. But then when I actually fucking see it, the ignorance and disrespect that you let on your panel, and you're a part of it. And this is not the first time he said some disrespectful ass shit, and you let it fly, and you keep on letting him on your fucking panel. Birds of a feather flock together, and you're right with that suspected white supremacist ass bitch.
Friday. Bali and Steve say this. Don't do that.
Don't wait till Friday, motherfucker. I got it today. And the hypocrisy of your fucking bullshit. And now you're going to be like, oh, everybody's coming down on me. No, bitch. No. This is the shit that you do. Was it about a year ago? You were calling Hannibal boy and everybody was saying how disrespectful and racist that shit was? But it was an excuse. So this excuse, that. And I even made a video on that shit. Oh, I understand, Bridget. No, you don't understand. This shit is disrespectful. It's fucking racist. It's racist talking points. And you keep on having this drugged out, coked out, stupid, ignorant piece of shit on your fucking page. As I said, birds of a feather flock together. Y'all are birds in the shit.
I've just thought of something, guys. She lived in Bali and she was brought up in Bali, apparently. Do you think that she treated the locals in that way? Do you think that maybe she looked down on the locals in that way because of the color of their skin?
I don't know, but I don't know, but she told a story of how when she left, she had so many sex toys that she like gave some away, and I just thought that was so weird. Like, why would you think? You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's just stuff like so. I don't imagine she had much respect for them, no. I mean, this is how she treats people who are different than her.
Yeah. Because they keep saying, both her and him keep saying that, oh no, we're not racist, and they would probably parade a whole line of brown men from Bali, do you know what I mean, and say, look,
Oh yeah.
we lived over here, we lived amongst them, so how can we be racist? Because racism comes from within. It comes from
It's a lack of
it's
respect. It's
yes.
a lack of having human decency for someone.
Yeah.
You think of them as less than.
Mm. So that's what made me think, because we know that she came from Bali, obviously. And it does make me wonder how they did treat the locals. I mean, did they use the N-word on them? There's something that Bridge didn't show on this, was the actual part where he was saying the N-word, and another word that I hadn't actually heard, and I can say it because I'm black, the word niggling, was it? I've never heard of that
Niggering?
word.
Yeah, me either. But it's from the German, it's of German origin, I believe.
Oh, right. And
Ooh,
then
my blood is over that.
Monty, dear old Monty, was giving us like a lesson on on the origins.
I don't know what the heck that was supposed to be. It's like, what are you standing up for the right to use the word or something? Like, why are you going so hard against this non-binary Black person for this white man.
Yeah.
It's
And
a
also
Black
the
man, and all
sexuality.
he's been through.
Yeah, sorry, Edna, I talked over you. What did you say, darling?
No, no, that's it.
It's, it's not even that it's a sexual, it's got nothing to do with the sexuality, although he used it as a double whammy because what he was doing was purposely mocking and
Yes.
disrespecting somebody's pronouns, somebody who has told them, these are my pronouns. He was then taking the piss out of that. I mean, that
That's
shows
what really pissed me off. I cannot stand it when somebody is going against a perceived Black woman in this case. Like, not on my watch. And for Belly to sit up there and say nothing?
I know. Well, no, she says, "Oh, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it."
As
Okay,
he's
so you
screaming
do
the word.
realize that, you are the host of your channel and you're
Mhm.
platforming somebody who is not only verbally abusing a Black person or two when you got up there, Edna, but also hurting and dismissing a whole culture, everybody's culture. Listen, my family on my dad's side, they're all Jamaican. So, and I know there's a difference between Black Americans or what is it, African Americans. I know there's a
Yeah, Black
difference.
American, African American, yeah.
Yeah,
I
and I
mean,
have to learn
some people
about
use
that.
the term some people use the terms interchangeably because because a lot of people aren't able to directly trace their history back to a specific country. I think that's where
Yeah,
African American came about. But then also you have people that don't really feel tied to the continent in any kind of way. Their culture is steeped just in America and they consider
yeah,
themselves Black American. So
yeah.
it's how they identify. Yeah.
Yeah, and also, I mean, I know I've had a brief discussion with both you and Bridge about it because I am, I don't know that side of it. I know about Jamaican history, but I don't know a lot about um, the African American. I believed that it was the same. I thought, right, that you were taken over by the Brits, who then in turn brought over the slaves. But I've now learned that that's not actually the case, and that it's your slaves. Did they come from within America, Edna? I mean, how did that work?
You know what? I'm not the one um give you a history lesson.
Oh,
Honestly,
okay, okay.
that's the thing. I'm a tax accountant. If everybody doesn't know that about now, like ask me about some taxes. I'll talk to you all day. But that's
Yeah.
the thing. I'm just a Black woman that's sick of all the hate. You know what I mean? I'm not a historian.
Yeah. Well, neither am I, but I have studied because I didn't know of my origins because I was brought up in care. I didn't know of my origins until
Hmm.
fairly recently. And um I always suspected it was Caribbean, but it was confirmed by Ancestry. Now, with Ancestry, they go back a long way. They go back to like originally where your DNA comes from. And originally, half of my DNA comes from Nigeria. But then from 200 years ago, it then comes from Jamaica. Do you know what I mean?
Mm.
So
Hmm.
I think it would be interesting to find out, if you did Ancestry, how far
Oh, I
back
have.
yours would go. Oh, you have?
Yeah, it goes to Africa as well. Like, I think mine is part like Kenya, like it's some East African and West African, and I think it's like Nigeria, Ghana area.
Oh, right. Okay. So I want to know. So how did they? Yeah. So they did originally come from Africa then,
Yeah, but I'm
which is the
also a
same as
little bit
mine.
European. I'm about 10%.
Yeah.
Well, hold on. Yeah, I'm about 10% European and like 3% South Asian.
King Lo, yes, you're welcome to come up. Absolutely.
Please.
Let me get the thing again. Oh, for some reason I've got the wrong thing. Right, let me
Let me
copy
see.
that and get this up here. There we go. Right. Oh, so we've got somebody here. Slap Gelal says
That's
racist, the
Steve
person
one.
who's prejudiced. Sorry?
That's Steve one. That's Bally Steve one.
No. That's the
So that's why
racist.
I deleted it. Yeah, so in chat I deleted and I timed him out, but I think in StreamYards you can still see it.
I can see it.
So he shouldn't be able to post again.
Okay. Welcome aboard, Low King. How are you?
I'm
King Lo,
good. How are you?
welcome.
No,
You
because
won't
I
be
love
abused
talking
on here.
about stuff like this. Most people that were enslaved in America came from West Africa, like Nigeria, Ivory
Yeah,
Coast, Ghana,
that's what I believed.
Senegal. Mm-hmm.
So they've actually, like Edna, you've probably got the same ancestry line that I have, although mine then went over to Jamaica, whereas yours stayed in America, if that makes sense. So I don't know how the slaves got over to America. I'm not sure about that. Do you know about
You
that,
know what,
Logan?
Dan? Maybe we should say enslaved people because I
Okay,
think when we call them, when we call these people African descent slaves, it's like that's who they are. And they weren't slaves. They were people that were enslaved. I'm
yes,
not
yes.
yelling at you, but I just want to make that clear for people because I think that also, like when we say, oh, they equate black people to slaves, like black people are workhorses or something, and we're not.
No,
I've definitely
no.
heard people say that to change the framework because slave is like
Yeah.
dehumanizing, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
I
then
learned
when you say enslaved people, it reframes it to them being victims. So I've definitely heard that before. What did you ask? Where did they? How did they? Oh, the same way the Middle Passage. So there were. So like when I went to Senegal,
mhm.
there was something called the Door of No Return,
All
and oh
right.
my god, it's kind of triggering to talk about, but it was like the last stop
Take your time.
that black people saw before they were like shipped off to America and to different
Oh
stops on
no.
the
And
Middle
they
Passage. So that's how black people got to America for the most part.
Yeah, yeah. And they would have come directly from West Africa, like from
Pretty much.
Ghana, which is where some of mine came from, and Nigeria. So they came from those continents. I'm surprised, or those countries rather. I'm surprised there was any left in there. I'm telling you that Africa, it's just insane to me that those people were taken from their country and put in all these other countries. And yes, the Dutch were very prevalent in doing that as well. They did that not only, I don't know if they did it in America, but they definitely did it in Jamaica.
Hmm.
The Dutch, the Spanish, the English, and the French, although the French weren't very good at it. So thank goodness for that.
What do you
But
mean by that? I don't know that much about European history.
yeah, well, yeah, but originally what happened was
Hmm.
Jamaica was taken over by predominantly the English, and
Hmm.
then there were the Spanish. I think the Spanish probably started it, and then the British came in and took over the rest of it, and it was all like, I think it was down the southern part of Jamaica. So a lot of original Jamaicans escaped being colonized by going up into the mountains. Okay,
Mm.
but because there were so many Europeans that swooped onto Jamaica, they completely, I don't want to say whitewashed it, but you know, they slept with all the women and they had all
Oh,
these
I see.
kids, and that's why
Mm.
Jamaica is very multicultural, and
Right.
that's why I've got
Gotcha.
so many different European countries in my DNA.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah. So let's get back to this delightful lady, shall we?
Jan, don't
And
do that.
let me say one more thing. Before I saw most of the stuff, I thought about emailing you and be like, Valley, you're fucking up. But no, this is fucked up. This is fucked up. And you don't fucking realize the severity of this fucking bullshit, and you're still making excuses. Don't nobody give a fuck about Jan and what she said about Foodie Beauty is 16 years old and how you didn't say anything. Don't nobody give a fuck. Nobody.
Right?
Thanks, Bridge. Right. So Grocery says European ships carried goods to Africa where they were exchanged for enslaved people. The ships then sailed to the Americas where they traded slaves for agricultural products. The ships then returned, back to the and that became known as the slave trade. I don't know if you had did you have a slave trade in America? I guess you did.
Yeah, I think it was called the transatlantic slave trade.
Yeah.
It it happened in America and a lot of other different countries. I think it was just a question of stops and things like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's definitely how Black people came to the Americas.
Yeah. Do you know? It sounds like a stupid question, I know, but who are the I know. The Native Americans are the indigenous people of America,
Yeah,
yeah?
like
Right.
Sioux and Powhatan people, and I'm not like an expert, but indigenous Americans were like the people that the land was stolen from, and then European settlers came in, and some of it because slavery like lasted for 400, 500 years, and it
Yeah.
started like in like the 1600s, I think, in America.
Mm-hmm.
Or I think that was the first known case of it, but I could be wrong.
Yeah. And the sad thing is, it was going on until not that long ago, you
Yeah.
know. I
And that's
mean,
what Edna was saying.
yeah.
Because the thing is, my grandmother knew slaves, and my
Oh,
grandmother's
wow.
alive right now.
Yeah.
I think her
Yeah.
grandmother was a slave, if I'm not mistaken.
Terrible.
So that it's
Absolutely
not
terrible.
like a long time ago, like Steve is saying. And then
No.
the last known case of peonage, which is a form of slavery, was in the 1960s in, I think, Mississippi, which is
Mm-hmm.
that peonage is basically like sharecropping, or you work on my farm, and then all the food I give you that gets charged to your account, and you have to work off that amount, but I'm gonna like cheat you and overcharge you. And if you try to leave, I'm gonna hunt you down the same way I would a enslaved person. So
Yeah. Bridget saying, I'm laughing because the Black people who don't like each other in Girl World were on code and came together against Stephen Barley's racist bullshit.
that is something that occurred to me too.
Yeah.
We were all like,
Yeah. Okay. You can argue about something else. You can, think that I said something else. That's up to you. But no, yeah, you don't come for the Black
Not
women.
and not when it's
No.
so blatant too. It's like
Mhm.
it's such a slap in the face, and especially in girl world, it's like it's so ridiculous. This is no longer girl world, obviously at this point, but it's like those are the origins, and for these men to come in and just like tell us to shut up, like this is our community. You shut up.
yes,
Nobody tells me to shut up.
that's
Especially not
exactly
a
how I
white
felt.
especially not a white man calling me like the N-word. Are you kidding me? Oh,
and
Hmm.
then and then making disgusting sexual comments toward me, like
ugh,
burning crosses. It was stuff I didn't even
awful.
catch until Hannibal brought it up.
And
But you
didn't he
referring
say,
to burning cross? That's disgusting.
I didn't
yeah,
even hear that. Yeah.
that isn't
Mhm.
that about the KKK?
Yeah, they used to burn
Yeah.
crosses. It was a form of
Yeah,
terrorism against American
Mhm.
Black people.
I mean, this guy was claiming to know so much about Black history,
You
and it
only knew the
looks to me
racist
as
shit
if
though. I'm
no,
sorry, like what?
I'm wondering just what he does know about it and why he's so interested in it. That's what I'd like to know. Why
Because
you?
you knew all the racist stuff down to the details. You knew Klan punishments but not like big picture stuff. I'm sorry, I
Yeah,
cut you off, Edna.
Oh, I'm listening.
Oh, I
I'm
thought I
good.
cut you
Thank
off.
you.
and you know why that is, King Low? Do I call you Low King or King Low?
Most people call me Low, but some
All right,
people
I'll call
call
you
me
Low.
King. It doesn't matter to me, but like
Okay.
my name is Low.
Okay. Oh, I forgot what I was going to say. All right, let's move on a bit more.
Okay.
I'm an oldie. It happens all the time.
Nobody gives a fuck about your fucking defense. Nobody.
Jan, have some, elegance. Like I left your channel.
Elegance?
Elegant.
You want to talk about elegance when you got this piece of shit up with you on your panel multiple fucking times? I stopped fucking coming to your fucking streams.
Yeah.
Because this drunk, ignorant, coked out, doped out piece of shit was on your fucking panel. Don't nobody want to listen to that fucking bullshit. Yeah, I will ha and kiki when you just like talking shit and shooting the breeze, but fuck this shit. And you still up here crying about your mama, he don't let me on the panel and I supported you. Don't nobody give a motherfuck. Nobody cares. Get the fuck over it. And you want somebody to get over this shit that your fucking ex-husband said? When they are disrespecting a whole fucking race of people, fuck out of here.
Do you know what I find? I'm waiting to hear what Slow Mama is going to say about this. That's what I'm waiting to hear.
What you say, Edna?
Oh, I'm just like, yeah, that sounds it'd be interesting to see what he comes up with. But
Yeah.
now that I think about this, Bally allows Steve to just disrespect her completely, right? Talk about her vagina smells and all that.
Yep.
So,
Oh.
how could how could we really be shocked that she doesn't have anything to say on our behalf?
Yeah. But the thing is, it's not even as if it's, on our behalf. I'm sure some of these people, I think Low, I've sort of had words with, well, not words, but, when somebody doesn't
I
like you.
had tried to, the same panel that you joined. I
All
was
right.
backstage messing with him like some shit. He was like, there's some crazy people back here. I was crazy people. Me and Tasha.
I tell you what, his problem is he's got a issue with strong Black women. I've said
I
it before,
agree.
I'll say it again. He cannot deal with it.
And I understand, like, I get coded like that, basically most people see me and they're going to be like, woman. And I think, I do think that's his problem. And it's something else I notice is he has to like flirt with like everyone, but then he'll turn it around.
Yes, he'll always say, like, he said that Pew Pew was, fancied him and she was, stalking him and all this crap. And then he did the same thing with Bridget and tried to say that Bridget, oh, it's because you fancy me, you want me. And I'm like, are you kidding? Are you
Son,
kidding,
look at
man?
yourself, please.
He's just such a fool.
And plus, I'm gay.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like you really got. But
Like,
they
I mean,
overlook
pretty
all
much,
that.
I'm pansexual, but I pretty much really only am attracted to like women or people that were assigned female at birth. Pretty much, that's all who I date. I'm not into people that even like look like your mama. It was just, and I was like, I don't even remember flirting with you or anything like that. But he's delusional, in my opinion.
Oh, 100%. But do you know the lines have definitely been drawn recently? Well, over the past month or so. And it's funny to see the ones that have joined on the wrong side. They're on the racist side.
Yep.
And it's like, can you not see that?
They don't care as long as the person agrees with them.
That's
That's
insane.
crazy.
What about your
It's like Trump
integrity?
supporters. Yeah, it's like you're voting against your own best interest.
You're voting against, what our ancestors went through.
Right.
What they fought for. And you're going alongside a whole pack of bloody racists. Are you
Mhm.
having a laugh? Sorry, that's a
Mhm.
British thing. It's like I just can't. And I try and stay sort of all calm and not be yelly. But let's play a bit more of this.
I stopped to get you uncomfortable there at your channel. I defended you, and I knew elegantly to don't.
You want to talk about elegance when you sitting up here a drunk ass fucking lush and all the shit that you've said. All the shit that you have said that people have let slide. A lot of people did let it slide, but a lot of people let that motherfucking shit slide. And you want to talk about elegance? You want to talk about elegance? That is laughable.
Can you pause it? Because one thing Bally did, right? She talked about her SI. She talked about just like all her depression, how she, let herself go. She was building herself back up, and everybody was supporting her. Everybody was rooting her on to get herself together. So for her to sit up here and talk about Jan, all this support I gave you, Bally, what about all the support we've given you?
Yeah.
You're right.
Where's the consideration?
I think I was one of the first people that let her up on my channel to talk because I actually felt sorry for her because she was really being like attacked when the trafficking stories went along. And I thought, this woman has got a story to tell. At least let's listen to the story, which is all I ever want to do. That was the same thing with the Chantel thing, but nobody wants to hear that. I just want the truth to be out there. Give the woman a voice so that she can say it. I had her on my channel to have a voice. But there were times when she leapt up on the channel and I was like, oh, okay. I think if we all had our faces on the screen, you'd have seen me like looking at Bridget or looking at Edna saying, are we sure about this? But we kept quiet about it because I always will.
Elegant.
Yeah, I was being elegant. This woman hasn't got a clue what elegance is. And
I'm sorry.
Go on, Lo.
I just feel like it's sort of racialized a little bit. It's a little coded. It's like you're not being elegant. Like what are we being
she's higher
savage?
class.
Yeah, like you're looking your nose down at us.
Oh,
You
yeah.
can get your teeth fixed.
She probably does feel that way being European.
But when
No
I
offense,
smile,
Jan,
it doesn't
but
crack the
y'all
camera.
always talking about us Americans.
Right.
I know.
Like, stop it.
I've always said I can't imagine living as a Black woman in America. I'd be scared because I'm quite gobby. I will say something. If someone riles me up in the street, I would say something. I'm not a shrinking violet. So I've always said I would be worried in America, because of the colour of my skin.
What?
And everyone's gone like, no, you'll be all right, Jan.
Yeah, well, the thing is, you can't be loud. You have to move quietly. You have to play like the game of I don't know. You almost have to manipulate people into treating you right.
Yeah, or you just end up like me. Like I, generally get into a lot of trouble.
Yeah, or you could do that.
Because I am mouthy.
I don't have time to be but see, I have a mouth, but I don't have time to fight everybody, right?
No,
Like
I
I remember
totally
I
get
had,
it. That's something I've
like
had
I
to
had a
learn.
meeting with a college counselor, and he was like, "I bet you don't you can't dance. Like you don't know how to let a man lead."
Ugh.
It's like
What?
but like, what can you say? He's my college like that's what I'm saying. As a Black woman, you deal with this shit all the time.
I know. And for him, I mean, there
Yeah.
was a point in this when he kept saying, "Oh, why do you all talk about that?" And I think that's what Barney said on the stream once. She said, "I don't, you always want to be talking about it." I'm like, "Well, hang on a minute. That's our life. whether you
Yeah.
like it or not. That is our life.
And
You
for
know?
somebody who lives at her past party days all the time, posting pictures, she should understand that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm. Well,
She doesn't.
Laughable.
Do this. What do you want? You tell me straighten up my act.
Yes.
Yeah, I was trying to be nice to her. I was like, Barley, straighten up your act. I didn't say you're a racist piece of shit or anything like that. I just said, straighten up your act. And it's like, oh, what, me? What have I done?
I think you were very nice, and I don't think she deserved very nice. And it's nicer than I would have been because I'm an asshole.
Yeah.
That's what, but that's
You
what
know what
white
I'm saying?
women do, right? They weaponize their fragility,
Mhm.
their like femininity.
Because, and that's why I just cussed them out because I'm like, no, I'm not being nice to you, Steve. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Because, like, no matter what I do, I'm gonna be frustrated. Because if had I just been like, oh, okay, you know what I'm saying, like, chill. I mean, I was chill, but you know what I mean. If I had been really nice, it would have been aggressive to him because I was disagreeing with him. Because that's how racists are. They want you
Yeah.
to not talk back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a no. It's a
I
no.
thought you held on to yourself so well there.
Who, me
But
or Edna?
yeah, well, both of
What?
you.
I wasn't holding on to nothing.
Well,
Well, but honestly, just being up there and and standing your ground
Oh,
is
I see
enough.
what you're saying.
Because
Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
yeah,
I see what you're saying. Because I
And you
was
were
like, I
coming
was
back
just
to
saying what I
things.
wanted.
And it's like, you know what's so irritating, which is also very racist, is
Mhm.
when you sort of just give them a little bit of information. Well, maybe I don't know where my ancestry
Mhm.
is because, we were enslaved or they were enslaved and they were seen as nothing more than a number.
Mhm.
I mean, if
mhm,
I go back far enough, that's the same with me, right?
Right.
They were just a number in a logbook. And
Right.
even when you said that low, he still didn't get it, did he? He
No,
was
because he was like,
still,
"Oh, it's always slavery with you people." Okay, well, sir.
well, see, the thing is, when he looks up his genealogy, right, and he goes back in his chart, he's not gonna
Mhm.
see his family members listed as fucking cattle.
Right.
yeah.
That's the difference. I remember I had a friend who in my dorm, the
Mhm.
sweetest woman you ever meet. And she was looking up her family and putting her family tree together and that's what she found. Like that's where she had to find her
That's
relatives.
terrible.
Yeah, I know. And we're
But it's
just to
true.
accept it now. I mean, there's people like
But
him.
we're supposed to get over it. It's no big
Right.
deal.
Yeah, exactly. There's people
Right.
like that, like him saying, oh, well, that was so long ago. Why are you bothering? Why is it interesting? Why are you bothering? Because
And
they were part of us.
I feel like he asked that knowing the answer.
Mm-hmm.
Like I
Yeah.
definitely, and the thing is, it was illegal for in the Americas because every system of enslavement worked a little differently. And
Yeah.
in the Americas, it was illegal to speak your native tongue. It was illegal to worship the gods that you came there with. They would mix people up so
Mm-hmm.
that you might be the only one from Mali and somebody else is from Nigeria. And then even those are our modern day calling way to call those areas because it wasn't necessarily called Nigeria back then.
Mm-hmm.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah, because wasn't
The
it
borders were
wasn't
different.
it split, or am I just thinking of the river?
What
Because
happened was, oh, I'm sorry.
no, I was going to say, wasn't it split at one point? Like to one side of the river was called Niger or something, and
The
then the other part was called something else, and then they put the two countries together. I might be wrong.
No, it's not that you're wrong. I know that European countries, like several European countries, had a large meeting to divide Africa up into
Yeah,
different countries, and I think that's how a lot of those countries were formed.
yeah,
But
because
that's not something I'm an expert in.
because I think originally Africa was actually a continent, and
Well,
then
I
it was
mean, it is
divided into
still.
countries. Sorry.
No, I'm saying it is still a continent, but I'm just saying people didn't.
Oh no, I said it the wrong way around. Yeah, Africa was seen as a country, and then they made
Right.
it into a continent, and then that's when they
Oh,
split it all up, and then you got Nigeria, you got
Jan,
Ghana.
I was
What?
concerned there for a minute.
Oh, I get things wrong. Ah, um, yes, but that is such a typically racist thing to say, and it's
Mm-hmm.
only black people that would understand that. Where
Mm-hmm.
are you from? I was brought up in a very white area, right,
Mm-hmm.
in England, right, middle class, and I spent my life as a child being asked, but where are you from? And even
Mm.
as an adult,
Oh.
but where are you from? Just because I've got a black skin.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I
It's,
see.
And
yeah,
a lot of times you don't even realize how hurtful questions like that are, you know?
Yeah.
exactly.
You want to talk about elegance? That is laughable. It is laughable.
Do this. What do you want? You tell me to straighten up my act.
Yes, yes. And like I've been telling you to go and get some goddamn help with your alcoholism. Yes, straighten up your act.
Did I tell you anything about your issue? No, I defended you, and I just kept, I kept my character. And why to mess around with your channel? Why to give you problems? Why to make it uncomfortable? I don't understand. So if you're
You know what?
just looking for something, Jan, to have on your Drama Friday, Bali.
This is way past Drama Friday. This is way past Drama Friday. And I don't even want to cover the rest of what the fucking bullshit she has to say. I'm going to go to the original comment that Jan left, and then Bally's response, because she just does not get it. And I did that video on Bally. She was talking about Americans, and Americans don't do this, and Americans don't do that. And I'm just like, well, bitch, you are in fucking America, and this is what we fucking do. You are not in Europe. Don't bring your European customs and ways, and don't come over to America and expect us to act like Europeans.
And you know what? I'm going to jump in there because there have been people that have said that, well, particularly Slow Mama has said that, well, Jan doesn't know anything about America, so why doesn't she just talk to British people? And why does she have to, she obviously doesn't like Americans and blah, blah, blah. He doesn't even realize that most of my family is in America. He's so dense. I've got, family all over America, but that's by the by. But the other thing is that because I am European, if you like, I'm always careful when I'm talking about racism with my panelists because I know that they're American and they see what goes on. But I feel racism is much worse in America. So, although I can give my stories, for me, from what I've heard, they're nothing compared to what you guys put up with. And I respect that and I listen to that and I want to learn about it.
I
You
think
know,
it's yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm not just going to attack you because your thoughts or what you go through on a daily basis are so different to what I go through as a black woman over here. I mean, I can't call it a predominantly white country anymore, but look at the shit we're in at the moment because there's people in high places that want to get rid of the black people over here. They don't want the foreigners. It's give Britain back to to the English and all that crap. So as different countries, we've all got our different things that happen that demonstrate that there is still systematic racism, but
Hold on, not to mention that these people. Oh, sorry, Jen, you're in the middle of a point. I'm sorry.
no, I'm done, darling. I'm done. Go on.
Okay, and it's like not to mention that like we didn't end up over here because we wanted like we came on a vacation, right? Same thing with the UK.
Yeah,
These countries went into these areas, displaced everything, you know. So people, it's like the Middle East and stuff. Like you have people that turn into what do you call it, refugees, and it's like they're mad because you have to take them in. It's like if you hadn't gone over there and disrupted their country, you wouldn't have that issue. It's like they've
exactly.
created their own issue.
Exactly.
I agree. Can
And
I
we had the
speak to
same
something
thing.
I said? Oh, sorry.
No, go on, Lo.
Um, in America, I think that's general American culture because, like, if I ask somebody where they're from, I absolutely mean what city, what
Yeah,
Yeah.
what state.
yeah,
Um, I just knew that
And
wasn't what he meant because he
yeah,
just was.
mhm.
All of these arguments are familiar because I hear them all the time. Like, this is not a unique thing. I could
yeah,
go into work and a white person say everything on that list. And
yeah.
Yeah, he didn't know that I knew about that Dutch holiday. He thinks
no,
we're
he didn't.
stupid. That's the thing.
He does. He thinks we're
Like I don't know
stupid.
shit about shit.
And he wait, I forgot what I was gonna say. Something about
Sorry.
no, it's okay.
You
Um
know where it's coming from. You can tell that there's certain
right. Like
people.
for example, I am from Baltimore. I live in Baltimore. And so when there was an uprising here, some people call it riots. I don't call them riots. Just
Uh-huh.
'cause I know how the thing popped off and it wasn't, but whatever, I don't want to get into it. But I would go into work and oh well, did get a whole bunch of like questions. Don't you think people are acting like animals and just things that were just like very
Um,
racist things lobbed
Oh
at me.
mhm.
When you hear it
God.
for so long about like everything, like I'm just like, sir, oh,
Yeah.
I came off a cotton
Like
boat.
what the BS. That's the
Yeah,
thing.
like
And
come
it's like
on.
we allowed him to say it. The thing is, it's not allowed. That's the wrong
Right,
word. It's the thing that was so infuriating is that he's sitting up here trying to gaslight us
right.
into like accepting his racism.
Yep.
Yeah. And then there's Barley sat there like the white high priestess
Mm-hmm.
saying, "Oh, I've got nothing to do with this. It's got nothing to do with me. I still
The
love
no
you,
color
Edna."
queen.
And
That was
it's
so
like,
funny.
Yeah.
just piss off,
She
woman. Just
said for
no.
entertainment purposes only, like it's a like it's a tarot reading or something.
Mm-hmm. It's disgusting.
I
I
I was
mean,
like, girl, what is wrong with you?
yeah, I know. Well, you stayed up there a lot longer than I would have done. I would have just, I don't know. I wouldn't have put
I
up with
Yeah.
it.
couldn't leave. It was like a train wreck. But I knew once I I really feel like when I said that shit to Bali, that's when she got mad. When I was like, I don't let men abuse me. But I really feel like she's
No, we have
unempowered.
Yeah,
talked about it because you have these women that are so male centered, and it's
Yes.
ridiculous for her to
Yes.
have Steve on her panel. And the thing is, Bally was building up a fun little panel there for a moment. Everybody
Hmm.
was, kind of looking in, seeing where it was trying to go, and she completely killed it.
Hmm.
yeah,
She allowed Steve to completely kill it.
Hmm.
I
Oh
know I
yeah.
won't be there anymore.
See?
yeah.
It's not
I
even
couldn't.
fun.
No,
Yeah.
I used to dip in there on and off, and then I remember saying to Bridge, how do I get out of this? I don't want to be a mod in there because what would happen is I'd have the bloody wrench that I never asked for, and so if
Mhm.
I just went in and said hi, Barley, just saying hi, you'd get all these trolls coming in, slagging me off or slagging her off or whatever. And if I tried to silence them, she'd attack me. And I'm
That's
like, well,
another
this isn't
thing.
really the way it should be. So
For her to allow those people to
I was just like, just unmod me, woman. I don't want to be a mod. And then I can block these arseholes, you know? But she didn't even
yeah,
understand that.
but it's just
And
the
you,
fact that she allowed those people to come in and call her a hag and just say the most disgusting things to her.
I
That shows
know.
you where her mind is. She that's comfort for her.
It's sad. It's really
Yeah.
sad. And I've tried to have really, you know, serious conversations with her, all right, online. But, you know, I've tried to say to her, look, you don't seem to be happy. You don't seem to be happy where you are. You've got your voice now. You know, why don't you start putting out what you want to put out? Because she kept saying, like, oh, well, you know, I want to have a fun time. I want to have a fun time. Do you know how long she's been talking about Foodie for? I checked. She's been talking to her
No.
for talking about her for over 2 years. So, okay. So you want to have fun. Where does the start begin? Okay. Especially when you let somebody like that, Steve, why does she not see him for what he is? Why is that?
That's her family. I mean, she has aligned her. She's like, that's my man. I'm gonna stick beside him.
Yeah. Hey, Holly. And hey, Luna. Thanks for coming in. Nice
Hey
to
guys,
see you.
I gotta hop off, but I'll be in the chat.
Yeah.
All
Okay,
right,
Lo.
later. Thanks
Thank
for
you for
coming
letting
up.
me come up. I just like talking about African American history and culture and stuff.
Okay. Perhaps we
I
can
want
have
to be
another
here.
discussion about it another time. Perhaps on a
Yeah, until next
Wednesday,
time.
because
Cool,
I
cool.
think Kalari's interested in that as well.
Yeah, I would love to talk to Kalari about that.
Yeah. All right. We're going to try and sort something out for Wednesday.
Okay, boy.
All right. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Right, back to Bridge. Bless her. I mean, I could feel the anger from Bridge. I was like, oh, Bridge. I was so pleased that she said something now.
Yes, it's
You
well
are in
done.
America now.
Look at her blowing there. She's
Lord
like,
Jesus.
I know.
Let's
I'm
go
going to
to
blow
this
my
shit.
top.
I'm so irritated.
It's like we can all take a deep
Okay.
breath.
Here we go. Ooh, Lord Jesus, I am hated.
We
Hated.
feel you.
And I will not be there on Drama Friday on Jan's Views because I got shit to do. I actually got shit to do right now, but I'm here. But let's go. So this is Bally's channel. Again, it says audition went super. I don't know what audition she's talking about. Cooking sauerkraut with pork shoulder meat. Steve hurt Edna and now can't sleep. I don't even know how Steve hurt Edna. I don't even know.
So who can't sleep? Her?
Steve, apparently.
Oh, he
He's so
couldn't sleep because
heartbroken.
he upset you.
I've yet to receive an apology. I think I have a community post. If he really wanted to message me, he could have. I have an Instagram. He's not interested. So don't be fooled by this. Go ahead and
No,
continue, please.
I'm not a fool. I'm not fooled at all. Once a racist, always a racist.
So Highlight Grocery says, I think Steve should apologize to Edna and Lo. Glad the talent interview went well. Okay, I guess she had a talent interview. Valley says he doesn't know Lo. But he was talking to Lo. He was talking to Lo. Valley goes, I don't even. We didn't want to speak to her. Then why'd you have her on the panel? Why'd you have her on the panel for an extended amount of time? We didn't want to speak with her. She wanted. You didn't have to let her up. You could have left her backstage and be like, no, Lo, I don't know you. Go away. But you let them up and you let them stay. Highlight Grocery says, Valley, they're Black and he was being offensive. He does not have to know them, in my opinion. It's the right thing to do. Actually, he should apologize to everyone in general.
Yes.
Fuck his apology. Don't nobody want to hear no coked up, doped up ass piece of shit and their apology. Fuck his apology. I'm saying on behalf of everyone everywhere. I'm taking it upon myself to say it on behalf of everyone everywhere. Fuck him and fuck his apology. Valley says, High Groceries. Yes, to everyone, but not specifically to her, to them. Why not? Because he was speaking to them. How come he couldn't apologize to them? He was speaking directly to Lo. So why would he not give apology? Especially he told her to go pick some cotton, ask about hair, ask all kinds of offensive ass fucking shit.
You know why? Because he knew that Lo was talking sense and he was very close to well, we know he was looking like an idiot, but his way of arguing is very combative and it's very similar to the way Slow Mama argues. It's very childish. It's very juvenile. So the things he
Mhm.
was coming out with were more and more offensive to Black people, but he didn't care because he was in an argument with a strong Black person that he couldn't deal with. That's why he can't apologize to her. And the thing is, you can go up on Channel Edna as you did. Sweet Edna, everyone loves you. I told you that. I said, you know, Edna, everyone loves you. And I'll be honest, after I saw what happened, I contacted Edna on Insta, and I said, Edna, are you all right, darling? Because I've never heard Edna get so riled up by, you know, especially on a live stream. And
Yeah.
so, you know, I see Edna as a friend on here now. So I contacted her and I said, Edna, you all right, darling? And, you know, we talked about it. We yelled at each other, didn't we? But we were in unison. We were like, how dare he? We were just
Yeah.
shouting and everything. But as I said to Edna, you know, it was so good that you went up there. And what was even better was that he is so blinded by stupidity and whatever else is in his system that he thought that another Black woman going up there was going to support him and not the Black person that he's been abusing for the last 10 minutes or however long it was. That's
I
how
mean, look,
dense he is.
but look at Monty.
Oh,
So,
Monty's
I
another
mean,
thing.
he had a 50-50 he had a 50-50 chance.
What happened? What happened with Monty? What the
Monty
hell?
came Monty came right. So, I mean, it's like that's what's so infuriating because it's like you wanna be shocked that Steve would think I would come up there and talk sweet to him, but then you have Monty come up behind me and support him. So it's like, what can you
Yeah, exactly. As Squish Squish says, he thought Edna was going to be Monty.
Yeah.
And Monty's one of a kind. And to think he's Jamaican, it's like, it's insane to me. I mean, none of my brothers, none of them would say what Monty said. None of them. And try and not belittle, but try and you know, make the slurs and everything that this racist was saying, trying to make them insignificant by looking in the dictionary to where the N word came from originally. Get out of here!
I
What are
can't
you
stand when
doing,
people do that.
man?
We're talking about the oppression and the hurtfulness of that word, and he's gonna go to the fucking etymology. Go to the spelling bee, Monty. This isn't what we're talking about.
Exactly. It's like it's insane. It's like I just can't. And he still goes over to Jamaica, doesn't he? Was his mother buried in Jamaica?
Well,
Because I know
I'm
a
not
lot.
gonna talk on his mother and all that.
Oh,
That's
okay, okay. But
yeah.
what I was trying to sort of ascertain was whether he still has close links with Jamaica. But even if he hasn't, the guy was born over there. And it's like when he came for me months and months ago, and I said, and he was coming out with all the usual, "Oh, you're old, you're this, you're that, and you're this." And I said,
Mhm.
I'm disgusted. We've got the same ancestry, and I know for a fact that Jamaican men, and you told me the same, Edna, when we spoke about it, you said African and you know all Black people respect their elders.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, we've seen some that don't. We've seen some that don't in this side of the internet. And but coming from a Black man, I just find it I can't deal with it. I'm like, I
Stomach
no.
turning. Yeah.
So can I ask you how you feel about Monty after that? I mean, after the way he's dealt with this, how do you
You won't see
feel?
you won't see me on his channels anymore.
Yeah. It's hard to sort
Mhm.
of forget something like that, isn't it?
I mean, I don't know, it's one thing to kinda, like, dismiss some stuff, about other people, but when it's, like, blatantly in your face, it's there's nothing I can say about it. There's nothing I could do. It's basically he ushered me out the community.
Yeah. Sometimes you just got to accept it, you know? If it walks
Yeah.
like a duck and talks like a duck, then it's a racist duck, you know? And I don't know what Monty's problem is. I really don't. But come on, guys. I mean, look at all the people we've had in chat today. Half these people probably can't stand me. But when it comes to something like this, and you see this on YouTube, two white people coming at, you know, black people. No, not on my
But it
watch.
but the thing is, Jen, it doesn't just stop with Black people because it's about women, it's about sexuality,
Yeah,
it's about class because she's so elegant. It's like if you're not, white, male, higher echelon, whatever, you're nothing to her and to a lot of
yeah,
people. And
yeah.
it's like I didn't come here to YouTube to have fun to be reminded of that shit.
No. And neither do I. I mean, I have spoken a lot on racism because it's a part of me. It's a part of who I am. And because I used to cover hussy, it came up then. So yeah, I did used to speak on it. But that's not what my channel's all about. I don't want it to be about that. I don't want it to be about racism
Yeah.
because I've lived with it my whole bloody life,
Yeah, it's
you
not like
know?
we wanna do this, but if somebody's, like, assaulting you with the N word, what else are we supposed to talk about?
Exactly. I know. And it really pisses me off that she thinks that she can just come up to you and say, oh, well, Edna's my friend. Oh, Edna, I still love you. No, you don't. No, you don't.
Absolutely not.
You proved you don't, woman. Just stay over there with your racist thoughts and your racist, creepy ex boyfriend and leave us alone. That's what I would
Well,
say to her.
we know how much Bally likes to respect when people don't want you on their channel, so I'm sure you would never hear anything else about Edna come out of Bally's mouth, right?
Yeah. I don't want to get angry about it because I don't like getting angry when I'm online, but this is
Mhm.
just off the charts, absolutely off the charts. So we've got groceries up here who says, I think Barley's parents were very insulting to her and tough it up, pull up your bootstraps, no affection. So she uses insulting humor jokes as a cope even today. Okay, I know what you're saying, but I tell you something, groceries. We've all had different upbringings. Okay,
Mhm.
I was brought up in care. I didn't. Anyway, I never had a hug from parents. I never had a hug. I never heard the words "I love you" until I was a woman. So I don't go around insulting and making disgusting jokes against a whole section of community because of my upbringing. I never use that. I never ever use my childhood traumas as a shield to hide behind the person I am today. I never use it. Even though I've been to counseling for years, I've still never used it. So yeah, I don't. I need to calm down.
Yeah, and how it's not like we think you're excusing her. We understand what you're saying, but it's like that's part of being an adult. You're being a member of society. You're amplifying your voice on this platform. That you have something to say. You want to say it to people. You need to come from a better place. You need to heal yourself so that you're not spewing this hate out.
Yeah. And that was the kind of conversation. I mean, I'm sure you were on the panel as well, Edna, when I was talking to her. And, it's obvious she's still dealing with a lot of shit. But,
Yeah.
and I remember saying to her, well, are you speaking to anyone? Are you going to counseling? Are you doing this? And you go, oh, yeah, but this and that and da, 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 da. It's like She wants to be stuck in that dark hole. But okay,
It's like she's not. Yeah, it's like she's not grateful for what's right in front of her face. She talks, it's like if I heard her say she has no family one more damn time, do you know
I
how much
know.
I would love a cat like Cinta? Like, that's how my little cat was. I'm like, it's
Yeah,
so cute. She has a whole husband there
I know.
taking care of her. Or, I don't know their relationship, but so it's like if work on your marriage, work, do fun stuff as a family, go out and play with the cat and stuff.
Yeah,
Like, be grateful for what you do have instead of sitting up here talking about what you don't.
yeah. I mean, I don't know whether whether I was ever in that situation where I sort of, lived in the past. I don't think I have lived in the past, but I think it's probably because I had so much shit back there. I can't live in that. Do you know what I mean? I can't go back to those feelings of
Absolutely.
how I felt
Yeah.
growing up, how I was the
I
only
was
black face in a bloody whole school and things like that. I can't take myself back there and lead a productive, creative life, which is what I lead now, you know? And I think
mhm,
I was trying to say that to her. She's not the only person. And I remember her saying, "Oh, but I had this and I had that, and I had to put up with this and I had to put up with that." And I remember telling her a little bit about my upbringing, and she was like,
mhm.
"Oh, yeah, well, mate," and I was like, "Barley, get out of your head, get out of your past. You're still a relatively young woman. You've got your whole life ahead of you. It's your path to tread."
Mhm.
And, you know, all I can say is she's treading it in the wrong direction. She needs to get rid of that shit that she's been platforming. Get rid of him, start afresh. That's the
And I
advice I would give her,
and I would
but
say she should probably rethink her European trip. Like, what you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
I don't know, I can't tell her what to do, but it's like, if you're thinking about going back and trying to relive your old days, I don't think
yeah,
that's the best foot forward.
yeah. Do you know, I think you're right. I think she is thinking like that because all of a sudden it's all about her looks and how she wants to lose weight and this and that, and I'm like, "Barley, you can't go back 20 years. You can't. You're a completely different person."
But want
And
to.
I know.
Yeah, you know what? That's the thing, Jen. I used to be like, no, when old people say they would never want to be 20 again, they're lying. And like
No,
as at 37, I would not want to be, 20 again. It's ridiculous. And it's like I don't know, it's like I want every day to be better than the last. I'm not trying to go back in the past.
no. I can't go back. Do you know what? I can't go back to my past because I've had so much trauma. I
Yeah.
can't. I even shouldn't say it, but I can't even look at photos of me 20 years ago because of what I was going through at that time, you know?
Mhm.
So I hate hearing these people that come online and, "Oh, woe is me. And, this is why I act so badly. This is why I do this." No, sod that. You're just a bitch. You're just a bitch. Anyway, Edna, you were meant to be keeping
Nightbot
me
got
calm.
yes. Well, Nightbot got King Low, but
Oh,
I was
sorry,
just gonna
Lo.
I was gonna
Sorry,
say
Lo.
King Low is like, you know how I'm Edna to Jan? King Low is Edna to me because I swear every time I say something, they come up behind me. Yeah, my 20-year-old niece, I would definitely want those back.
Fuck him. Fuck you too. They entered his space on my channel. You let up. They was not invited as we don't know them. It wasn't like just magically popped up on your stream yards. You let them up. You let them up.
Exactly.
So I could care less regards her.
That says it all.
Jan
Mhm.
says, Valley. This is very disappointing to hear from you. Your thoughts on this matter are very concerning. Whilst you try to distance yourself from the subject of racism, it's your responsibility to vet your panelists. Not only did your guest insult fellow panelists, he also insulted the entire Black community and dismissed and disrespected the struggles and racism we still endure today. Maybe you should realize that by endorsing his unacceptable behavior, you are also placing yourself in the position of being called a racist or a suspected white supremacist.
Thanks, Bridge.
With no empathy.
Well,
Valley
he doesn't
says,
like the word
"I
racist.
respect your thoughts." No,
So,
you
yeah.
don't. You don't.
That's what it is. She can't accept that she's a racist. Really? Well, then don't act like one then.
Yeah. Well, I wonder what she thinks she's doing. Like, what do they think the use of the N word by a non-Black person is?
Do you know what it is? It's not helped. It's not been helped. When did Eminem come out with, all the white rappers coming out and using the word? But what they don't seem to
I don't think
realize is that use of the word in a song is different, but it's still offensive. And no
that
white man should be singing it. That's the way I look at
the
it.
the thing is, even if they thought, "Oh, it's completely fine, X, Y, and Z," like, I would use Timber as an example. When I
Yeah,
told her, "Hey, I don't appreciate that. I don't want it around me. I don't want it towards," you know what I mean? She respected that.
yeah.
It's not hard to do.
I can tell you, I'd never hear that word. In my life, I never hear it. Now,
Yeah,
growing up, I heard it. I had people call me that, shout
wow.
at me that, and, that's when I heard it, when I was growing up and in my teens and a bit older. But I don't hear it to this day. And I think the main reason I don't hear it is because most people, or a lot of people, who I associate with or where I go, would never use it. They just don't use it.
It shouldn't be
But
used. Yeah.
I think the bit I was trying to make was that, it's not helped when you get people like Slow Mama using it every second word. It's not helped
Yeah.
because, I know he's using it in a different form, but because of the way he speaks and the way he verbally attacks people, it could very easily be with the ER. It's not nice.
Mm.
Take it out of your vocabulary. You don't need it. You're a 40-year-old man. That's my opinion. Listen, my
But he's a
brother.
40-year-old man that oh, go
No,
ahead.
go on. Go on.
Gonna say, but he's also a 40-year-old man who babysits his own kids. So what do we expect?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I've got to look at her. Okay, I'll look at that in a second. We've nearly finished with Bridge. Um, she's just reading what I said and what Barley responded. But yeah, going back to the Yo Mama thing, I've never heard it. I've never heard it as much as when I used to watch his live streams, and I've never liked
Mhm.
it. And but then I thought, well, that's just my personal preference. But it's just insulting. I mean, why talk like that? Oh, that's what I was going to say. I've got 6 Jamaican brothers. Okay,
Mhm.
I have conversations with them frequently. I have FaceTimes with them. I chat with them all the time. Do you know what? Not one of them has dropped the N word. Not one
But
of
you know
them.
what, Jen? I think it's a bit different for like your generation and like our generation being your mom and myself
All
because
right, yeah.
I can't pinpoint a time where I've been directly called the N-word. It's just
Oh, right.
like I've
Yeah,
heard
because of the
about it.
generational
Yeah.
thing.
So it is different. And like the kids behind me, they like I remember when I was out in California, uh Filipino, like Asian people, everybody said it. Like I would like past a group of like school age kids, black, white, all of them would just be calling each other the N-word.
But then was that because of people like, the rappers, the white rappers that were using it in their
Oh,
songs?
absolutely. Yeah, because it has been desensitized in that way.
Yeah.
But I would say that when I hear it, it's not hurtful. Like I understand the hurt behind it, of course, but like when somebody calls me an N-word, it doesn't sting. I'm like,
Yeah.
you're an idiot. Thanks for letting me know.
Yeah. Hi, her world. So she says we're kind of different out here in Cali.
It,
Yeah, and I have to accept that it probably is a generational thing. I do accept that.
mhm.
I was going to say something else, but it doesn't matter. Hi, her world. Hope you're
in the
well.
position of being called a racist or a suspected white supremacist with no empathy. Belly says, Jan's views, I respect your thoughts. No, you don't. You don't. You fucking don't.
True.
And take on this matter. I respect your thoughts and take on this matter, the matter on YouTube and Girl World. And I hope you respect mine too.
Nope.
I do not want to discuss on this topic. What is it you want or expect from me? Are you fucking dumb?
Who's sitting in your head?
To make content from this? Not me. I'm here for a good time. Oh, I'm so glad, Bally, I'm so glad you were having a good time when everybody else is pissed the motherfucker off. Please leave me alone with hatred and negativity. This is laughable. With all the hatred and negativity that your guest spewed on your panel.
That you support.
Yeah.
Do not try to put me in situations that suit you because you like to talk on those matters.
And that's actually a dig, and that's her repeating what she said on that panel that time, Edna. I don't know if you remember when she said, "Oh no, I don't want to talk about racism. I don't want to talk about it." Maybe she doesn't
And
want
we
to.
let it slide
We
with
let
her
it
being a guest.
slide.
Yeah.
I know. And it's
Never
like,
again. Next time a white person says they don't want to talk to racism, but they're gonna get an earful about it. No, but it's just like that's a red flag now.
yeah,
Because what do you mean you don't want to talk about racism?
I know. Oh, I'm sorry, her world. I've got a rogue mod thing going on, Nightbot. I'm going to sort it out by the next live stream, I promise. I think that's it from Bridge. Let's just
Bally, your ex-husband likes to talk on those matters too. He was asking a whole bunch of questions and making a whole bunch of fucking insensitive, racist ass fucking statements. You know what? If you are fucking too dumb to realize the fucking shitstorm that your ex-husband called and you want to keep him on panel with his problematic behavior, then fuck you too.
well done.
Okay.
Well said. Well said, Bridge. Absolutely 100%. Right, apparently we've got to look at her. We'll finish on this, I think. We did have other things to discuss, but I think we'll finish on this. Edna, is there anything else you wanted to add?
Oh
Because
no, you're gonna put me on the. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
no, because you were involved in it and Bridget didn't say anything about it. I don't think she was aware of it. I think she was just so wound up by what she'd seen and she thought, well,
No,
sod this,
yeah,
I'm going on. Do you know what I mean? So is there
right.
anything else you wanted to add? Do you want to address Barley or what do you want to do?
No, I've said what I had to say. I won't be in her chat anymore. I might lurk to see the mess of it all. But like the parasocial relationship of like being in chat and talking to her and whatever that was is done. Like we're clearly
Yeah.
not friends. She does not have any consideration for me, and that's where I am with it.
And that's the thing that, again, she obviously doesn't understand because I know for a fact Supposing if, I don't know, I'll say Bridget because she's more feisty than you, right? Imagine if Bridget was on here one day and she went off all of a sudden. She's gone off and she's going off about, I don't know, say trans people, right? And she's
Mhm.
going off and she's effing and blinding and she's using all these slurs and blah, 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 blah. The first thing I'd do is say, get off. Sorry, I'm
Yeah.
sorry, Bridge. I can't have you on here if you're talking like that. Then when I'd finished the live, I would put up a video explaining that, you know, look, I do not condone what my panelists said there, and I would apologize to everybody. Why isn't Barley doing that?
I don't know. And the
So
thing is, like, I'm not a creator, right? But in my real and in real life, I was getting to know this lesbian woman, right? And we were just hanging out and she started going off on trans people. And I'm like, what? What are you talking about? You know what I mean? Like I called her out on it. And it's just like I don't understand how anyone could be comfortable just letting shit like that slide. Just like fly regardless. And it's like I don't know, being high, just trying to have fun or whatever. We let a lot of stuff slide. But
yeah,
Steve was just so blatant and so hateful with it that it was impossible. And then they want
yeah,
to be mad at us for addressing it.
yeah. Be mad. Stay mad, Barley. Just stay mad.
Stay
I
mad.
don't give a toss what you think. Okay. Not only did you insult my friend Edna, the sweetest person I know on YouTube and off YouTube, not only did you insult her, but you also insulted Lo, not only for the fact that she's a black person, but also because she's non-binary or they're
They.
non-binary. How dare you? And also all the, I can just go on forever.
Yeah.
How dare you? And not one apology. So 9 minutes ago, guys, she's put up this. Here we go. Let's see. I apologize to everyone that Steve upset on my panel. Steve is an official psychopath, and this everyone knows. Oh, so that makes it all right then, yeah? So why are you having a psychopath who can't hold his tongue and his racism in place? Why are you having them on your panel? So I'm bouncing it back to you. I will not carry blame for Steve's actions in life or what he says. I stopped this 12 years ago. Oh, really? So the issue is not that I'm talking directly to her because I'm sure she's watching. The position is not that you have accepted someone like this into your life for so many years, for over 12 years. That is an issue. That is an issue because you allow him to talk to you like you're a piece of shite. Okay, so that issue is with you. Okay, we're not going to feel sorry for you. All right, no way are we going to feel sorry for you. All right. Also, not only have you opened to, oh, I've got this psychopath in my life. Sorry about that. I can't stop him talking like that anyway, so you just have to put up with it. You put him on your channel. You put him on your channel and allow him to talk the way he talks. And it's not just the racist stuff, it's the sexist stuff, it's everything. He makes everybody feel uncomfortable. And you think that that's okay? Yeah, no.
I think she thought it was a like all press is good press situation, right? Like, yeah, it's like he's creating this drama, but it's drama, so it's good. Like I'll run with it. Maybe I think she thought it was like going to be a good thing for her YouTube experiment.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. So she's put, I love all the people below. Hang on. This is interesting. Jesus. I love all the people below my Balinese Financy Form 2020. What? What? So she loves everybody, even though you earn less money than she did. Seriously? Seriously? I'm gonna blow my top, guys. I'm gonna lose it. Edna, calm me down. I'm gonna lose it.
Well, it's Jen. Bally has a brown friend, so we must forgive her. She's
This brown
sorry.
friend
She
she's lying
apologizes.
with here. I can't
There's none
believe
even none
she's.
of this random man here. So
I
obviously she
can't
can't be
believe.
racist.
Ah,
And Steve has mental health issues because none of us have mental health issues. So that
oh,
excuses him.
oh my God! I can't. I'm done. I'm done.
Yeah.
Oh,
Thank you, everyone. This has been a lovely Friday.
right. We haven't finished.
Captain.
Hang on.
Oh, we're not okay.
This is
Oh, you're
this is
still
about you, Edna. Edna, pay attention.
Oh Lord.
Sorry, most of all to Edna. I understand some people will choose or have to say they don't upset their friends to to see me in a dark light. And I am used to this. It is not just on YouTube, but part of life. Yes, it is. If you go around with people like that. Sorry, I'm shouting. Where's the accountability, guys? Where is it? I can't. Perhaps it'll be in the last sentence. Yesterday, alcohol and trafficker. Today, racist, and tomorrow will be what? Serial killer, winking, smiling face, peace. I tell you what. I think I'm just going to ban her from my channel, guys. I can't. I just can't, guys. I can't. Oh, yeah, I am going to let it out. You're a fucking piece of shite. Yeah, I always said I'd never swear on on live stream. I had to. I just can't.
Did it feel good, Jan?
Oh, yeah. My kids are all
What? When
grown
she says
anyway. I
"push
mean,
shit in your head," that does feel good.
oh, I can't. Okay,
Mhm.
Bridget's already jumped on it. You take no accountability for anything and no accountability for your lack of action. A truly disappointing and superficial apology. Yeah, absolutely, Bridge.
It's like I would
Right.
almost respect her more if she didn't say anything at all.
I know, Pew. Don't tell the kids, all right? Just don't. And don't tell the grandkids. Nanny swore. Nanny swore live. They wouldn't be surprised. They'd be like, I'm never
They don't know
surprised at
you
my
curse?
nan buds. Sorry, Edna.
Jan,
You
they
can.
don't think
You.
you curse?
No, we're not a cursing family, you know. And people
Oh,
don't
well, you know what?
believe
That's how
that.
my mom was. Yeah. I remember, like, when she said my full name, where she said a curse word, we'd be like, "Uh-oh,"
Yeah.
'cause that never happened.
So I'm going to do what I do on my Jan's chats and say, just get off my screen, you racist piece of shite, laying there with some poor brown dude who doesn't realise what a piece of shite you are. There, she's gone. Guys, I have to go. I need to calm myself. I need to go and have a lie down. Edna,
Have a good day. Yes.
thanks for coming up, sweetheart. And
All right. Until Monday. Or no, we don't have a Murder Monday. We have a Wellness Wednesday, right?
yeah, Wellness Wednesday this
Okay.
week. Yeah, we'll talk about it. We decide what we're going to talk about. Run for your life. And yeah, thanks, my darling Edna. You're an absolute
Thank
star. Love
you.
you to pieces. And I want to say thank you so much to everybody who came in, took part, got to know me just a little bit more. Yeah, all right. I'm not everyone's cup of tea, but I tell you one thing, I'm not superficial and I don't lie. And I really appreciate you coming in and joining in on this discussion. So I'm going to take my fast beating heart away and say thank you so much for joining us. And I'll see you on Wednesday if you fancy a bit of Wellness Wednesday. Have a fabulous weekend and whatever you're doing. And for goodness sake, take care of yourselves out there because trust me, it's a rotten old world. Bye-bye for now.